James Shelby here, owner of the Shelby Sold Real Estate Team right here in Southern California, specifically in the Temecula, Murrieta area. And hey, if you have been thinking about maybe moving to Temecula or Murrieta, or maybe one of the surrounding cities, I don't know, Fallbrook, Menifee, give me a call, reach out to me, shoot me a DM, follow me on Instagram, whatever avenue it is, reach out to me because I would love to answer the questions that you have and assist you throughout the process and hopefully make it as easy and simple as possible. Today, we're going to talk about a couple different things that you should consider if you're thinking about moving into the area. And maybe you already live in the area, but you don't own a home yet, or maybe you're looking to downsize, or maybe you're looking to get a bigger home. All these things I'm going to talk about here are things that you should consider before you go ahead and buy your home, or possibly even before you start your search. First and foremost, we're going to talk about one of the most important things, and it's usually something that you're probably going to have to think about regardless, but we're going to talk about it right off the bat, and that is budget. Budget. What are you looking to spend? Now, I always recommend, if you're truly interested and you're really serious about buying a property, you're going to want to talk to a lender. If you don't have one or you need a referral, again, reach out to me. I have 5 or 6 amazing lenders that you can choose from. I don't make people use any one lender. I have a couple different lenders that people can choose from. But that's your first thing you're going to want to think about is, what is your budget? When you speak with a lender, they're going to take a look at a couple different things to help you determine what your budget is. Now, even if your budget or what you're approved for is maybe $800,000 or $900,000, that doesn't always mean you want to spend that much. Maybe you want to keep your budget closer to, a $700,000 mark based on what you feel comfortable spending every single month, or maybe it's even lower than that. Whatever the case may be, you want to figure out what your budget is before you go start looking at properties, because all throughout Murrieta and Temecula and everywhere in Southern California, there's all different types of properties at different price points. So getting your budget in line and figuring out where exactly you want to be will help you save a lot of time when it comes to going out and looking at different properties. The second thing you're going to want to consider is location. And you might be thinking, well, I've already settled on Temecula, right? Or I've already settled on Murrieta. That's all well and good, okay? So you want to be in the beautiful cities of either Murrieta or Temecula or the surrounding area somewhere, but where within those cities do you really want to be? Temecula and Murrieta are pretty big, and then when you combine the two of them, we're talking about a very big area, and you really want to figure out, do I want to be on the east end of the freeways? Do I want to be on the west end of the freeways? Do I want to be closer to the mall in Temecula? Do I want to be closer to Old Town Murrieta? All these things are things to consider when it comes to location. So that's another thing you really want to keep in mind. Where exactly in Temecula or Murrieta do you want to be? Now, a lot might come down to what your lifestyle is, and that's another thing that I'm going to talk about is your lifestyle. And the lifestyle that you have or the lifestyle that you want is really going to help you determine where in Murrieta, Temecula you want to be. Now, let's say you have a family and you have some young kids. You're probably going to want to choose an area that's close to a school that your kids are going to be attending. There's multiple different school districts within Temecula and Murrieta as well. So that's another thing to think about. If you have a specific school district that you want your kids to be in, you want to figure this out so that okay, we're going to narrow down our search to these couple areas because this is the school district we want our kids to be in. So think about your lifestyle. Think about the things you like to do. If you are the type of person that loves to go to the wineries, or you love to go down to San Diego quite a bit, you're probably going to want to be focusing more on the middle to south end of Temecula, because the wineries a lot of them are off of Rancho Cal, and that's kind of in the middle of Temecula. If you love to go down to Petco Park, go see the Padres play, or go down to San Diego for all the different cool stuff that they have there, South San Diego might be a little bit more of the areas you would want to consider, because it's about a 15-20 minute closer drive to San Diego than, say, North Murrieta. What if you like to go to, Disneyland, or you need to commute to Orange County? You're probably going to want to be considering more of the northern end of Murrieta or the northern end of Temecula, because again, you're going to save some time driving there. I know me and my family, we usually get annual passes to Disneyland, and we like to head up there and go there for a day or midday. Maybe we'll just take off, go up there. We live in an area called Harveston, and that's kind of right on the border, the northern border of Murrieta and Temecula. So for us, the location works great. But again, if you're someone that maybe needs to commute to San Diego, you might want to be closer to southern Temecula. And the last thing we're going to talk about here is taxes. So this is something that is often overlooked until sometimes you're already putting an offer on a home or you're already in escrow. And unfortunately, that, in my opinion, is a little too late to be considering the tax rate for the neighborhood you're going to be purchasing in, because you would hate to look at a bunch of homes, find your home that you just love, it's your dream home, get your offer accepted, go back and forth through the negotiations, only for your lender to say, oh, wait, actually, this has a 2.2 tax rate, and it's going to be about $700 more a month than we were anticipating. Now, I always encourage people, when they speak with our lenders and we're going out to start looking at some properties, seriously considering some properties that we might be putting an offer on, I always recommend, hey, let's run these addresses by the lender to check the tax rate, because throughout Murrieta and Temecula, and especially in Murrieta, the tax rate can really vary from neighborhood to neighborhood. And a general rule of thumb, I would say, is the newer the neighborhood, for the most part, usually the higher the tax rate when you start considering things like special assessments being added in. It's really going to raise the tax rate. Now, for you, maybe you say, hey, I want the newer neighborhoods. I want the newer schools. I want the newer location, the newer homes. I don't mind spending the extra money on a higher tax rate. No problem. I have a lot of clients that say that, but I always recommend just be aware of what the tax rates are in the certain different neighborhoods, before you go out and get too serious on looking at properties. So all those things are very important. Number one, budget, very important. You kind of need to know the price range that you're going to look in. What's your lifestyle? Depending on your lifestyle might determine where in the area of Temecula and Murrieta that you want to be. And then lastly, taxes. Make sure you understand the taxes, or consult with your agent or your lender about what the tax rates are in the certain areas that you are considering. Again, if you need anything from me, if you're thinking about moving over here to be our neighbors, give me a call, reach out. I am always here to help. My information is below. I'm very, very easy to get a hold of, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks very much.